Scientists estimate that almost anywhere you set foot, a gruesome death is lurking no more than 3 feet away. They are a formidable beast of prey whose fast-acting venom will literally burn through your flesh and cause you to bleed to death.
Imagine being told there are places on Earth so secret, so sacred, or so dangerous that setting foot on them could get you arrested or even killed. Places that hide ancient secrets, deadly forces, or untold power. And yet, you're not allowed to go anywhere near them. Not now, not ever. From snake-infested islands to government facilities shrouded in mystery, these are the forbidden corners of the world they never wanted you to see. Today, we uncover 20 places on Earth you were never supposed to visit. Our planet may feel like it's been mapped, explored, and photographed from every angle, but scattered across every continent are restricted zones, ancient relics, sacred grounds, and top-secret bases where the line between access and exile is drawn with invisible ink. These places aren't just off-limits. They're fiercely protected, heavily guarded, and hidden behind layers of history, politics, danger, and sometimes even the supernatural. Let's begin our journey with a heart that you'll never touch. 1. Heart Reef, Australia. Heart Reef is one of the Great Barrier Reef's most stunning natural wonders, a perfect heart-shaped coral formation visible from the skies above Queensland. But don't get any closer than that. In order to protect this fragile ecosystem from damage, visitors are forbidden from swimming, snorkeling, or setting foot near it. The reef is now visible only via helicopter or aerial tour. What makes it even more unique is its scale, only 17 meters across. A single misstep could cause irreversible harm. The ban isn't just about conservation, it's about preserving one of the few untouched treasures left in the sea. The Australian government, in cooperation with environmental scientists, has drawn a strict red line around Heart Reef. Marine patrols monitor the area, and violators can face hefty fines or even jail time. The symbolism of a heart-shaped reef, untouched by humans, resonates globally. It's a testament to what the world can protect when it chooses to prioritize preservation over profit. And while millions of people dream of standing on it, the reef's survival depends on the fact that they never will. 2. Niʻihau Island, USA. Just 17 miles off the coast of Kauai, Hawaii, lies Niʻihau, known as the Forbidden Island. Privately owned by the Robinson family since 1864, Niʻihau is off-limits to outsiders. Only native residents, select invited guests, and U.S. military personnel can set foot on its soil. The island operates without modern infrastructure, no paved roads, no internet, and no public tourism. The reason? Preservation of Hawaiian culture, language, and tradition. Even aerial photography is discouraged, keeping this quiet world locked in time. With fewer than 200 permanent residents, Niʻihau is a cultural time capsule. The native Hawaiian language is still widely spoken, and life on the island remains deeply connected to ancient customs. There are no hotels, no restaurants, and no distractions, just raw nature and tradition. The Robinson family continues to enforce strict visitation policies despite public fascination. Occasionally, a rare guided helicopter tour will circle overhead, but landing is forbidden. For most, Niʻihau remains a tantalizing glimpse into a world we'll never truly see. 3. Surtsey Island, Iceland. Born from a volcanic eruption in 1963, Surtsey is one of the newest landmasses on Earth. Located off Iceland's southern coast, it serves as a scientific time capsule. Researchers study how plant, animal, and microbial life colonize new land without human interference.
On Surtsey, there was an opportunity to study how plants and animals would colonize the island and how ecosystem would develop.
That's why no tourists are allowed. Only a few scientists per year are permitted to visit, and strict protocols ensure zero contamination. Even dropping a seed by accident could alter the entire ecosystem. Surtsey is not just off-limits, it's a controlled experiment in the making of life. Over the decades, Surtsey has become a benchmark for studying ecological succession in its purest form.
When Surtsey erupted in 1963, around 70% of the volcanic material was tephra, like this one. The tephra is very loose and it easily eroded away.
Scientists have documented everything from the arrival of seabirds to the spontaneous appearance of fungi and moss. To preserve its pristine state, visitors must undergo decontamination procedures, and even shoes are sterilized. Unauthorized access is not just discouraged, it's illegal. This tiny island holds secrets about Earth's evolution, protected fiercely against human interference. 4. Snake Island, Brazil. Just 20 miles from the coast of Sao Paulo lies Ilha da Queimada Grande, better known as Snake Island. It's home to the world's deadliest serpent, the golden lancehead viper. Its venom can melt human flesh. Estimates say there's one snake for every square meter. That's why the Brazilian Navy has made it illegal to visit. Only scientists with government clearance are allowed to enter for controlled research. For everyone else, the message is clear: stay away or pay the ultimate price. The vipers evolved in isolation and became more lethal due to the absence of predators. Their venom can kill in under an hour, and there's no hospital nearby. Tales of fishermen who mistakenly landed on the island and never returned have become part of local folklore. Because of the island's deadly reputation, it has become a morbid point of curiosity. But make no mistake, stepping foot there is as dangerous as it gets. 5. Pluto's Gate, Turkey. In the ancient city of Hierapolis, Turkey, lies a cave that the Greeks once believed to be an entrance to the underworld. They weren't entirely wrong. Pluto's Gate emits toxic levels of carbon dioxide, so deadly that small animals collapse within minutes of exposure. Ancient priests once used this deadly vapor to perform miracles by dragging animals inside to die before stunned worshippers. Even today, scientists say the cave remains just as lethal. Entry is banned, and the area is sealed off. A place once feared by myth, still feared by science.
Once famous in ancient mythology as a terrifying door to the underworld, archaeologists are now revealing that a site in southwestern Turkey could be the real deal.
Geological studies confirm that gas from the Earth's crust continues to seep into the cave, accumulating in deadly pockets near the ground. In recent years, scientists performed a modern version of the ancient ritual, placing a bird near the entrance. It died within seconds. The gases create an invisible lake of death that settles overnight, making it impossible to detect until it's too late. Despite modern understanding, Pluto's Gate retains its mystique and remains a reminder that some myths are rooted in reality. 6. Heard Island, Australia. More than 2,500 miles from mainland Australia lies Heard Island, one of the most remote places on Earth. It's home to active volcanoes, glaciers, and wildlife found nowhere else. But its isolation isn't the only reason it's off-limits. The island's terrain is fragile, its ecosystem highly sensitive, and access is restricted by Australian law. Scientists must undergo strict vetting, and only research expeditions are granted temporary permission. Visiting Heard Island is not just difficult, it's forbidden. The island's weather is relentless, with hurricane-force winds, freezing rain, and constant cloud cover. Even satellite communication is unreliable. The active volcano, Big Ben, regularly erupts, altering the island's geography. All of this makes it a paradise for researchers, but a nightmare for explorers. The Australian government classifies the island as a Category 1 strict nature reserve. That means zero tourism, no development, and no exceptions. Heard Island remains untouched, and intentionally so. 7. Poveglia, Italy. Located in the Venetian lagoon, Poveglia is known as one of the most haunted islands in the world. It served as a quarantine zone for plague victims in the 18th century and later as a psychiatric hospital. Thousands died here, and their ashes are said to make up part of the island's soil.
The burning grounds, which is across this bridge coming up, where they burned all the victims that had the Black Plague.
Due to safety concerns and its dark history, Italy has banned public access. Legends of ghostly apparitions and tortured spirits persist, making Poveglia a place of fear and fascination. The abandoned buildings, with their crumbling walls and decaying corridors, still bear marks of their grim past. Local fishermen refuse to sail near it. Visitors report eerie whispers, cold spots, and even possessions. Despite numerous attempts to redevelop or sell the island, every plan has failed. Cursed, some say, by the restless dead. For now, Poveglia remains closed, sealed off by superstition and sorrow. 8. Pravčická Brána, Czech Republic. Pravčická Brána is Europe's largest natural sandstone arch, nestled deep within the Bohemian Switzerland National Park in the Czech Republic. A majestic relic of ancient geological forces, it towers over the forest like something out of a fantasy film. For decades, it drew in hikers and photographers from around the world, eager to stand atop its crown and gaze into the vast green valleys below. But in 1982, that all ended. Due to increasing erosion, officials banned all foot traffic on the arch. Too many visitors had left their mark, weakening the sandstone's fragile spine. The fear? That even one more step could cause the arch to crumble forever. Today, access is strictly prohibited. A network of viewing trails lets tourists admire its beauty from a safe distance, but the summit remains untouched. It stands as both a monument to natural wonder and a stark reminder of how easily it can be destroyed. Despite its inaccessibility, Pravčická Brána continues to inspire myths, legends, and artistic tributes. Local folklore speaks of ancient giants and forest spirits said to have carved the arch with their bare hands. Conservationists stress that preserving this wonder is not just about beauty, it's about responsibility. Because once nature collapses under our feet, it may never rise again. 9. North Sentinel Island, India. In the heart of the Andaman Sea lies a place untouched by time, North Sentinel Island. It is home to the Sentinelese, one of the last uncontacted tribes on Earth. They do not speak to outsiders. They do not trade. They do not want your help. They want to be left alone, and they will defend that wish with lethal force. Attempts to contact the Sentinelese have ended in bloodshed. In 2018, an American missionary ignored warnings and set foot on the island. He was killed almost immediately by a hail of arrows. His body was never recovered. The Indian government responded by establishing a strict exclusion zone. Boats are forbidden from approaching within 3 nautical miles. Drones are banned. Even satellite surveillance is restricted. This isn't just about safety, it's about preservation. The Sentinelese have no immunity to modern diseases. A simple flu virus could wipe out their entire population. North Sentinel Island is not just forbidden. It's sacred, a living time capsule that demands respect. Even anthropologists tread lightly. The island has become a global symbol of the right to isolation. Not everything on Earth needs to be explored, colonized, or studied. Some places, like North Sentinel, demand reverence through absence. 10. Mezhgorye, Russia. Tucked away in the shadows of the Ural Mountains is Mezhgorye, a town that officially doesn't exist. Surrounded by forests and razor-wired fences, it's one of Russia's most secretive closed cities. Theories about its purpose range from the plausible to the terrifying. Some believe it's connected to Mount Yamantau, a massive underground complex rumored to house nuclear bunkers, doomsday command centers, and stockpiles of biological weapons. Others suspect it's a Cold War relic, still humming with classified activity. Satellite images reveal strange patterns, reinforced structures, vehicle movement, and infrastructure too vast for a simple town. Residents? Military personnel and scientists, shielded from public scrutiny. Outsiders? Turned away by armed guards. Russia says Mezhgorye is just a mining site, but those who know better say mining what exactly? Despite the silence, interest in Mezhgorye has only grown. Journalists, whistleblowers, and intelligence experts speculate it may play a crucial role in Russia's modern military infrastructure. Whatever the truth, Mezhgorye remains a gaping blank spot on the map, one that refuses to be filled in. 11. Uluru, Australia. Uluru, also known as Ayers Rock, rises from the heart of Australia's red centre like a sacred sentinel. For the Anangu people, it is more than a natural wonder. It is a spiritual being, a living ancestor. For decades, tourists climbed Uluru, leaving behind graffiti, garbage, and disrespect. But in 2019, that ended. The climb was permanently closed. Today, photographing certain parts of the rock is also forbidden. Guided tours follow paths approved by the Anangu, and visitors are taught about its sacred stories and cultural laws. It's not just a ban, it's a correction, an act of cultural respect long overdue. To climb Uluru was once seen as a badge of honor. Now it's understood for what it really was, a trespass on sacred ground.
They were openly crying that their wishes had finally come true. Obviously, the Anangu people here got returned to the land 34 years ago now. They finally have that wish that the gates are shut. Take a listen as that sign was hung up.
The site has become a symbol of reconciliation between ancient traditions and modern tourism. For the Anangu, it's a reclaiming of heritage. For the world, a lesson that true respect means listening, learning, and sometimes stepping back. 12. Morgan Island, USA. Off the coast of South Carolina lies Morgan Island, better known by its unsettling nickname, Monkey Island. The island is home to over 3,500 rhesus monkeys, brought here in the 1970s for medical research. They roam free across the island's dense forests and swamps. But make no mistake, this is no sanctuary. These monkeys are part of ongoing biomedical programs. And due to the risk of zoonotic diseases, human access is strictly forbidden. Only government researchers are permitted, and even they follow tight biosecurity protocols. The island remains fenced off from public touch, a living laboratory hidden in plain sight. Morgan Island is where science and secrecy coexist, and where no curious visitor is ever welcome. The monkeys are monitored for disease resistance, vaccine response, and genetic data that could unlock the next medical breakthrough. But beneath the scientific advancement lies an ethical gray zone, where the line between necessary research and animal welfare remains blurred. 13. Grand Shrine of Ise, Japan. In the heart of Japan lies Ise Jingu, the most sacred Shinto shrine in the country. Dedicated to the sun goddess Amaterasu, it has stood in reverence for over 2,000 years. But here's the catch. The shrine you see today is not the original. It's rebuilt every 20 years using ancient methods passed down through generations of craftsmen. Even the tools are traditional. The inner sanctum? Completely off-limits. Only members of the imperial family and high-ranking priests may enter. For everyone else, the view ends at a wooden fence. Visitors come from all over Japan to stand in silence outside those sacred walls. Because sometimes, reverence means knowing that some doors must remain closed. The process of rebuilding the shrine is itself sacred, a spiritual ritual that preserves not just a structure, but a cultural identity. Even unseen, Ise Jingu remains a beacon of devotion and quiet resilience in a rapidly changing world. 14. Maya Bay, Thailand. When the movie The Beach premiered in 2000, Maya Bay became an international sensation. Tourists flooded Thailand's Phi Phi Islands in droves, desperate to see its turquoise waters and limestone cliffs. But paradise came at a cost. By 2018, over-tourism had devastated Maya Bay's coral reefs and marine life. The Thai government shut it down. No swimming, no boats, no access. Since then, the ecosystem has begun to heal. Turtles returned, coral slowly regrew, and the ban remains in place. Maya Bay is a symbol of natural beauty, human excess, and second chances. You can admire it from afar. But for now, the beach is closed, and that closure speaks volumes. It's a testament to nature's fragility and its resilience. With time and space, even the most damaged places can breathe again. 15. Lascaux Caves, France. Hidden beneath the hills of southwestern France lie the Lascaux Caves, home to some of the oldest and most breathtaking prehistoric art on Earth. Over 600 painted walls depict animals, human figures, and mysterious symbols dating back over 17,000 years. For a time, the caves were open to the public, but human breath, light, and moisture began to damage the artwork. Fungal infections spread, the colors faded. So in 1963, the caves were sealed. Today, only scientists can enter under extremely limited conditions. Replicas have been built nearby, but the real gallery is now forbidden, not to punish, but to protect the past. Each stroke of pigment in Lascaux is a whisper from our ancestors. Preserving it means sacrificing access, because some stories are too fragile to touch. 16. Area 51, USA. No list of forbidden places would be complete without Area 51. Buried deep in the Nevada desert, this top-secret U.S. Air Force base has been the subject of alien conspiracies, stealth aircraft testing, and Cold War espionage. It wasn't even acknowledged by the government until 2013. And even now, its operations remain classified. Signs warn of lethal force. Drones patrol the skies. Roads vanish into the sand. You can drive near Area 51. You can camp outside its borders. But cross the line, and you disappear into a world that was never meant to exist. Whistleblowers, military veterans, and curious thrill seekers all have stories, but no proof.
When I was told to go to work, I drove there, parked my car there, and got in a plane at the airport, flew to Groom Lake, where I deplaned and waited for a bus, and the bus drove me down to S4. The S4 facility is an area just off the Papoose Lake bed.
Area 51 exists as a black hole of truth, swallowing answers and spitting out legends. 17. Tomb of Qin Shi Huang, China. In 1974, farmers in Xi'an discovered the Terracotta Army, thousands of life-sized warriors built to guard China's first emperor, Qin Shi Huang. But the emperor himself? Still untouched. His tomb, believed to contain rivers of mercury and ancient traps, remains sealed. Chinese authorities fear opening it could cause irreparable damage to the relics, or worse. For now, it sleeps beneath a grassy mound. A king in death, as in life, buried with secrets we may never dare to uncover. Even the technology to safely excavate the tomb doesn't exist yet. Experts say the site may remain undisturbed for another 100 years. Perhaps some secrets truly are meant to stay buried. 18. Svalbard. Global Seed Vault, Norway. On a remote Arctic mountain in Norway sits the Svalbard Global Seed Vault, a secure facility designed to preserve the genetic diversity of the world's crops. It can withstand war, natural disaster, even nuclear apocalypse. The doors, not for the curious. Only authorized researchers can enter, and only under special circumstances. Inside lie over 1 million seed samples locked in permafrost for safekeeping.
What you see in here is 13,000 years of agricultural history. The genes you find in here existed in the natural flora in the Middle East 15,000 years ago. And then farmers started to use these plants and they improved the plants into the crops that we have today.
If humanity ever collapses, this vault may be the first step toward rebuilding it. And it's not just a vault, it's a global insurance policy. Seeds from nearly every nation are stored there, ensuring that no matter what chaos unfolds, life has a second shot. 19. Pine Gap, Australia. Just outside Alice Springs lies Pine Gap, a joint US-Australian intelligence facility hidden in the outback. Surrounded by fences, radomes, and silence, Pine Gap is believed to control surveillance satellites, track nuclear launches, and coordinate drone warfare. Even Australian politicians are restricted from entering. Locals joke it doesn't exist, but satellite images, whistleblower leaks, and global intel suggest otherwise. Whatever Pine Gap is doing, it's doing it far from public eyes. Some experts believe it plays a critical role in modern cyber warfare and space surveillance, yet no one outside its gates knows for sure. The truth is buried beneath layers of clearance. 20. Vatican Secret Archives, Vatican City. Beneath the halls of Vatican City lies a treasure trove of forbidden knowledge, the Vatican Secret Archives. Containing over 50 miles of shelves, it holds documents dating back over 12 centuries. Papal correspondences, trial records, lost gospels, and political secrets line its vaults. Access is limited to a handful of approved scholars, and even then they must request documents one at a time. No wandering, no photographing, no copying. It's not just a library. It's a vault of history, sealed with divine authority. Some believe it contains revelations that could reshape theology, expose ancient truths, or rewrite history. But now, whispers have returned with new urgency. Following the recent passing of Pope Francis, speculation swirls. Could a new era of transparency be on the horizon? Might a future pontiff finally open the gates? For now, the silence remains, but the world watches, waiting, because if the secrets buried beneath Vatican stone are ever unveiled, they could shake the very foundation of belief itself. These places aren't on tourist maps, they don't appear in brochures, and yet they shape the balance of global power, protect ancient cultures, and remind us that Earth still holds mysteries beyond our reach. Some were built to protect, others to control, but all of them remind us the greatest secrets are never shouted, they're buried. So the next time you hear a rumor about a secret place in the middle of nowhere, ask yourself, is it really fiction? Or did someone just let the truth slip through the cracks? If this journey through the world's most forbidden places left you stunned, make sure to like this video to help us reach more curious minds. Subscribe to the channel for more hidden history, secret sites, and dark truths they never wanted you to uncover. And drop a comment below. Which of these forbidden locations would you risk everything to step foot inside? Because some secrets are locked away for a reason, and others are just waiting to be discovered.